Hey guys, so update. Um, I think it's been weeks since my last update. So a couple of things happened. Number one, I had a sore throat. I don't know if you guys can still hear it, but it was really bad. Like I would open my mouth and no sounds would come out. It's really terrible. I have been like chugging pepakwa the past few weeks just to fix this up. And now I'm a little bit better, and that's why I haven't been uploading anything because I would rather just do stuff quietly than try to kind of edit together something because editing, you know how much I hate editing. Next thing is during Holy Week, I really couldn't use power tools because it was super quiet in my neighborhood. Like I could use it, I did use it occasionally, but I couldn't go, hammer and tongs with that thing. For or with any power tools for any amount of time. It seemed disrespectful to the neighbors. So I use mostly manual tools. Speaking of which, I cut up. So this is one of the things I did. So the mahogany sheaths, I was breaking them up. This one isn't finished yet. I'm about to finish it. And I was just using a manual saw to do that. And one of the things I learned is I bought a sharp. I think it's here. Uh, I bought one of these Japanese pole saw. I wanted to see what the big deal was, and it was cheap enough. It was within my budget. Um, Pretty good tool. It is sharper than I thought it would be. I mean, it's as sharp as I thought it would be. Sorry, not sharper, but it performed really well. Um, the only problem I have is like it's super floppy. At least this one that I got. Which means you have to really concentrate. Like if you're splitting a board like what I'm doing, you need to pay attention when you're using this because if you kind of lose it a little bit, if you kind of lose your concentration, your line will drift, right? And that's one of the things I've discovered is like if you're even a little bit tired, it's time to stop. um, Otherwise you're going to do something that would be hard to repair, which I did to one of my things. It's I don't know if it's gonna be repairable, but I hate it. This one, I started drifting to the side. I didn't know I could drift with a saw this wide, that I could drift that much, but I did. I drifted. It was terrible. Um, so this means actually that like, this one plank that I did, um, half of it is gone. Basically, I won't be able to use half of it. Like this is too much. Like I can't do anything about this. So what will end up happening with this is I'll probably keep it. I mean, the wood's still good. I might keep it for a smaller project in the future. Maybe a bolo that would need a sheath or something. I'm looking at some of the stuff I have here now, and I am still gonna split it. I want to see how far it is inside, because if it's just a shallow drift, like it's a sharp turn or something, I might be able to do something with it for like a narrower blade, right? But as it is, yeah, kind of not a good thing. Which means I'll be buying more mahogany. Mahogany isn't that expensive, but the little expenses they add up. And speaking of well, not mistakes. Speaking of things that add up, so I've been working on this thing, and I have been putting. And my task for today is actually just to put in the tank. Put in the hole for the tank. So this is the one that I've shown you before. I started working on the other one. This one I've started shaping it a little bit already, as you can see. It's been worked a little bit. I've flattened the sides, but I haven't smoothed out anything. It's still pretty rough. Actually, in the future, I'm gonna make a knife for myself where I'm gonna keep the original Carabao horn texture. I like how organic it looks, but not everybody likes it, so I'll be doing that for myself. Anyway, this thing I've been drilling the hole for the tang. I'm not yet finished. But the handle is a little bit small, right? Just a little bit. Because if you take a look at the two things, right? I don't know. It's about the same size, I think, but it feels small. Anyway, I'm gonna shape it out a little bit more and see how usable it is. And chances are it's gonna be very usable. But if it's not, it means I'm gonna be buying another. Well, I'll be buying another batch of Carabao horn anyway. But I might start reserving this for another project. And that's just the way it is. That's why the talibongs are kind of expensive, because shaping these things is not easy, and you make mistakes. Of course, you absorb the costs. You don't pass it on to the guys who commissioned it for you, right? But it's just an annoyance. Now, that's the thing I'm doing right now. I've already marked the lines here. Well, I'm gonna have to double check that. It looks unstraight on camera. Anyway, I'll double check that before I drill. Measure twice, cut once, right? So that's where I am right now. This is probably the slowest part of the process, making the hilts. And I also made. I don't know if I. Um, is it there? No, I also made the guards. So you end up with a lot of these Carabao horn bits. I make a hole, and this gives me the little discs, really thick Carabao horn discs, and this is what we will use for the guards. And this is about the same size as a um, traditional Talibong guard. I'm gonna show you. I'll fix that. Anyway, so this is my old Talibong, one of my favorites. I put it here in the shop because I'm supposed to fix it. Put a bit of shine on it. But anyway, the thing I'm showing you is the guard. It's about the same size, right? Ah, ah, almost the same thickness. So, yeah, I have a couple of these discs, and I'll be cutting out. I'll be flattening them soon, and I'll be making the tang. I'll be making the hole for the tang as well. Oh, I missed this sword. I haven't used this in a while. Huh. Anyway, I'll probably start practicing with this one again. Um, it's weird because it's not 22. I'm so used to using 22s. This is not a 22, but it feels so nice in my hand. I may have to rethink my talibong lengths. Anyway, so there we go. That's the update for now. And I'll keep making the updates until all the swords are finished. See you guys.